Namaskar and very good morning to all of you here. Respected Professor Buragohai, the Vice Chancellor of this upcoming fast-growing university, Honorable Registrar, Dean, other faculty members, and my dear students, with lots of dreams in your hearts and vision in your eyes, you have come here to pursue your master's program in Royal Global University. When I entered this building, your Vice Chancellor asked me, "Tumi agote ahisa na? Have you come here earlier?" I said, when the institution started, Dr. Pansari, the Chancellor, organized a 7-day yajna, havan, puja. On the 7th day, he invited me to be part of the function and accept the prasad bhog. So I came here when the institution was 7-day-old, to say so. And it started with engineering courses and some other courses as well. In record time, this building was constructed. And since then, RGU has never stopped breaking records after records. You look at the entire scenario of eminent people visiting this campus. You will find right from my science communication guru, late Dr. Kalam, to Dr. Deepak Jain, who was in Kellogg School of Management, also was my teacher in my school days for some time. This university has seen gigantic growth, and you should be proud that you are part of this institution now. The first thing that comes to my mind is that now you are all part of the RGU, and try to utilize these years you're going to stay here in the most befitting manner. The Master of Ceremonies has given a long introduction to me. I don't have a short one, so I normally send the long one with a small request below. Please pick up the salient points and make it short. But she went on and on. And from this small bio, you can see, starting as a lecturer from chemical engineering, then suddenly after 11 years, decided to see the country. I thought 11 years I have been in this Jalukbari campus, and practically Guwahati has become the world for me, but I want to see the country. So I was looking for opportunities in 1996 at Hyderabad. This India's largest scientific program for children, 10 to 17-year-old children. Science Congress was held, Children's Science Congress was held. So automatically, without any like contest, etc., some people from the Ministry of Science Technology, Government of India, they said that we should look at Northeast. Northeast needs to develop, so we should have someone from Northeast. So automatically they said that Arup is here, now he's taking a very small, minimal role, but we should bring him to Delhi for some time. Seniors, people sitting here, seniors would know who is Professor Yashpal, but you might not be knowing Professor Yashpal. Some 7-8 years back, he passed away. Kalam passed away on the day I took charge as director of Aztec. 2015, I took charge. That evening, he passed away in Shillong when he was delivering a motivational talk in IIM Shillong. These two people I named, Professor APJ Abdul Kalam and Yashpal, they have shaped Indian science and technology like no one has ever done. Yashpal in the formal sector, teaching, research in physics, giving a shape to University Grants Commission, UGC, steering the leadership of Science and Technology Department in the ministry, and so many. Even the 2005 National Curricular Framework for Teaching in India, school teaching in India, was a brainchild of Professor Yashpal. Very colorful man with long flowing hair and multi-color kurtas, always changing kurtas. In Nagaland, one program I remember, during the daytime, since morning, he was, यार मुझे थोड़ा सा गेस्ट हाउस ले चलो यार. बोले सर क्यों, अभी तो आप आए हैं, लंच करके जाएंगे. नहीं यार, गेस्ट हाउस जाना है. The first thing he did was to have a wash and then change his kurta. इतना सारा लाया हूँ दिल्ली से, 3 दिन में से खत्म करना है. लोग तो देखें यहाँ नगालैंड में मेरे पास कितना सारा कुर्ता है, इतना बढ़िया बढ़िया कुर्ता है सब. So that was Professor Yashpal, and Dr. Kalam is Dr. Kalam. What do I say about him? He is an inspiration to the people who saw him, even the inspiration for people who have never seen him but will read his books like The Ignited Minds. I'm sure many of you in this students gathering must have read Dr. Kalam's books somewhere or the other. So he was a dreamer, basically, very down-to-earth person. After my marriage, when I went with my wife to his place, he was not even in a reckoning for president, never thought that he will become president one day. He was the Raksha Mantri ke Salahkar. George Fernandez was the Raksha Mantri of India, defense minister. He was advisor. He has just retired from DRDO, leading the Indian missile program. Pokhran 1 took place, Pokhran 2 took place, 11th and 13th of May, 1998. I joined Delhi in the ministry as a senior fellow on 2nd of May. 1st May is a holiday, you know, May Day. So on 2nd of May I joined. After 9 days, the dhamaka happened. What you see in that film, you know, Pokhran, where our John Abraham is there as the protagonist, male protagonist. So that was Dr. Kalam, silently working with his team, but never publicizing. So my director told me, अरूप एक चिट्ठी है, ये चिट्ठी आज ही डॉक्टर कलाम को देना है. एक छोटा सा 2 कमरे का मकान में रहता है इन एशियन गेम्स विलेज, सिरी फोर्ट ऑडिटोरियम इन दिल्ली. मैं सर मैं तो वहाँ जा ही रहा हूँ, आई एम एनीवे गोइंग दैट साइड. आई वाज न्यूली मैरिड. तो आई वेंट, pressed the bell. He himself came out. Yes, what can I do for you? Sir, Dr. Sehgal, my director. Oh, you work with Dr. Sehgal? Come inside, come inside. He said, I was actually going to have tea, evening tea. Would you mind to join me? And my wife, the typical, she's of course a Bengali, not Assamese, but she says, sir, I will make the tea for me. Oh, that means if I go to your place, you will ask me to make my tea. See the sharpness of mind. Look, madam, you have come with your husband. So there are some magazines and newspapers. You can just leaf through all these things. I'll make the tea. In 3 coffee cups, he brought the tea. He never allowed his domestic servant to wash his jutha utensils after food. He doesn't take non-veg food. And on the drawing room, besides the sofa set, there was a small divan where a veena was kept. He plays veena. Whenever he wants to kill time, like Einstein used to play violin, our Kalam Sahab used to play veena, Rudra veena. That is the man. So, if you get the blessings from such people, automatically, even if you are nothing, you always try to become something. And that is the whole philosophy of Deeksharambh. I do not know why Professor Buragohai had invited me, Amarjit Chaudhary, who came yesterday, Ganguly Sir, Prabhuda Ganguly. These are much senior people. These are very experienced in their lines. I have been working. Whenever I have worked in AC, I work for AC, 24/7, 100% dedication. When I worked as director in Aztec, I was working for Aztec. I had the privilege of organizing a very big state-level function with Chief Minister and many ministers and many MLAs attending the inaugural function with the help of your present Vice Chancellor, who was the then Vice Chancellor of Dibrugarh University, 2016 October. This is very interesting. So, my point is that we are now living in an era of transition. A lot of things are happening, but may not be everlasting. maybe a transition phase. We have seen many transitions. Everything is seen. When we talk about generation, you talk about computers, you say first gen, second gen, third gen. Talk about simple light bulbs, starting from the Thomas Alva Edison's incandescent lamp to neon or your tube light, to CFL, to LED. Already 4 generations of lighting has passed. What is the basic, if you look at the whole philosophy of this, what is the basic intention? Population is rising, consumption is rising, resources are scarce, therefore we have to economize. And just imagine, if you compare the old, this oval-shaped bulb, what we call incandescent bulb, that bulb and today's LED, same efficiency, same power, same lighting, is something like 60 to 70% saving in energy. So this is how small things happen. Not only mobile phone, computers, lighting, etc. will undergo change, but also human society, as it is evolving, will also see a lot of changes. 2024, the year we are all living in now. Already a lot of turbulences have been seen. Right now when we are talking here, neighboring countries under turmoil, isn't it? These are all going to have long-term implications in the global order. Already Ukraine-Russia war has crossed 1 year. Israel-Hamas is going on. Every now and then you hear some dictator talking about, I will use nuclear weapon, I will use nuclear weapon. But ask yourself, are these things going to stop our normal life or our pursuit for knowledge, our pursuit for excellence? It's not. Nothing is going to stop, nothing is going to hamper, because we all know that we are passing through a transition where those who are successful will succeed, those who cannot cope up with the pressure will perish. Perform or perish. This is it sounds harsh, but let me tell you, dear young friends, getting to thus far, an admission into a very prestigious university, very highly ranked. Yesterday, NIRF ranking has also come. So I'm sure RGU must be having a very good ranking. So these are there, but at the same time, your personal involvement, your personal dedication, your personal knowledge-seeking attitude will definitely help you. Now, a lot of people, when I go to schools and colleges, and this is a very big passion for me, people in Pollution Control Board know that in holidays, he won't be available. I normally go somewhere. 3 days back, in a very, very interior village in Balipara. Balipara is near Tejpur. In a very interior village, I spoke to 300 school children for quite a few hours. Of course, interjecting with some dance, some song recital. But I was there with them in the school. It is called Bogi Juli. If somebody is from that area, Balipara area, you will know there's a place called Bogi Juli, very famous for paddy cultivation and nature's beauty. Some children, they ask me this question. So when you talk about challenges in this era, whatever challenges we are supposed to face, what are those challenges? I said, challenges are many, not one. One is, of course, changing times, too many choices in front of you, and isolating the best one, because we do not know. These career counselors throughout the country, they keep on saying, come, I'll help you. Over 30 or 45 minutes taking a test, some sort of aptitude test, they cannot decide what is your future. Even after studying, even after passing out, students cannot decide what is their future. Sometimes with a family pressure, with peer pressure, and various other factors, we joined some area. Now you may ask me, why did you become chemical engineer? I had a very plain, simple logic after my higher secondary from Cotton College. Whatever I do, I have to be employable immediately. At that time, in 70s and early 80s, there was some depression. Medical was having a very bad time. Many MBBS doctors didn't have a proper job. Civil electrical was okay, but looking at the hydrocarbon development, that is the refinery during our time, Bongaigaon refinery had come. Already Digboi was there. You know, Digboi refinery is the first refinery in Asia, and the still running condition now, established 1901, 123 years old now. But it's a very small refinery. And then came Guwahati refinery in Numati. Most of you have seen that refinery. Public sector, first refinery under IOC. And then the third one is coming here in Bongaigaon. Moreover, petrochemicals was doing good. Fertilizer industries were there in Arup. So I was listening to my seniors speaking. Chemical, only AEC produces. Jorhat, there is no chemical. Silchar, REC, now NIT, had no chemical. Other colleges did not come also. So only these 25, 30 people will definitely get jobs. I have no hesitation in saying that probably it was the factor. It is not that I am too much in love with chemical equations and chemical thermodynamics and mass transfer, heat transfer. It's not like that. It's basically I want to be employable and I want to be help to my family who genuinely needed the help. If I study and get a job properly, both my sisters and my mother would be hugely benefited to lead a life what they want to, they desire to. So like that, it was the factor. Then later on, over the time, you keep on. I say after 11 years of teaching, I thought that I must see the country. So I joined Ministry of Science Technology as a senior fellow. There's this fellowship scheme. I went to Delhi, and from Delhi, I could see a large part of India. You will not believe, probably I have been the first Indian scientist from DST to visit a place called Kandikhal, Dibogi, Parogi, beyond Rishikesh, beyond Mussoorie, where after some 10-15 kilometers, international border starts. Nothing is there except forest. Through a local boy, student, I went to a family in the evening, and the lady of the house, she offered us some tea, that Pahadi, typical Pahadi, they made the tea with a lot of masala, etc. I was enjoying the tea, and I said, "Aap kaise ho?" बोला, "हम ठीक है." यहाँ कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? हाँ, यहाँ तो हर एक जितना गांव में जितना घर आप देखोगे, हर एक फैमिली में कोई ना कोई हादसा हुआ ही है। क्या हादसा हुआ? कोई बीमारी है? बोले, बीमारी कुछ नहीं है, हम लोग का यहाँ प्रोटेक्शन भी नहीं है, कोई घर में बाउंड्री वॉल भी नहीं है, हम लोग एक छोटा सा झोपड़ा में रहते हैं, रात को बाघ आके बच्चों को उठा के ले जाते हैं। This lady I was talking to, she had kept her 2-year-old son near that tube well, and she was washing the utensils at night after finishing the dinner. When she looks back, the kid, but bacha is not there. Next day morning, you find the carcass, bones in the nearby forest. फिर भी आप लोग यहाँ रहते हो? बोले, हाँ. Only Canara Bank has got one room, small bank. A bus comes from Dehradun, Mussoorie in the morning, goes in the evening. एक छोटा सा स्कूल है. कुछ, nothing is there. Even then, they are Indian, they are living in that border post. बाप दादा का जमीन है, थोड़ा सा खेती बाड़ी करते हैं. आप जैसे लोग यहाँ आते हो, नीचे एक फॉल है, वाटरफॉल, केम्प्टी फॉल्स बोल के, फेमस वाटरफॉल. शनिवार इतवार को लोग आते हैं यहाँ पिकनिक मनाने के लिए. 2-4 पैसा हमको मिलता है. So this is India. It shook me. When you go to Scindia School in Gwalior or Mayo School in Ajmer or Doon School in Dehradun, you see even Lawrence School. I had been, one of my first meetings was in Lawrence School, Sanawar. Himachal Pradesh, Sanawar. Lawrence School is a very famous school. They have a huge list of illustrious alumni. And our Sanjay Dutt and his sister, they all studied in Sanavar Lawrence School. So those are the places where you go, and if you see the illuminated India, the India which has got enough of light and liberty and knowledge and, rich things in life. But when you go to the school in Dibogi, Parogi, Kandikhal, when you go to Midnapur interior district in West Bengal, when you go to some remote village in Tamil Nadu, when you go to Lakshadweep, you feel that India that is projected is not the real India. We have got also places where a lot of work needs to be done. This is where your attitude, your motivation for life changes. From being a teacher in this neighboring campus, to a science communicator in Delhi, to an administrator in the government of Assam, and now a very, very thankless job of Chairman Pollution Control Board. Thankless because whenever you have any problem in breathing, you always call our names. कुछ नहीं कर रहे Pollution Control Board. यहाँ जीना मुश्किल हो गया. But you do not know that 7 more people have to join hands with me to make the air clean. If I tell the PWD, 7 flyovers are being constructed in the road, कुछ बंद कीजिए for a few days. We are having a very bad air quality index. बारिश भी नहीं है. हवा में इतना आता है धूल मिट्टी. Brahmaputra is nearby. Wind carries the river sand, right? So all these factors are there. PWD बोलता है नहीं, Chief Minister का order है. By this date we have to finish construction of the bridges. We cannot stop. Forest को बोलिए, कुछ आप लोग भी करिए. Transport Department को बोलिए, motor car में कुछ करिए. Like Delhi, at one point of time, they made odd even. On one day of the week, odd number vehicles will ply. Other day, even number vehicles will ply. Of course, that is not a solution. Indians are very, very innovative. Immediately, all families who had an even number car, they also bought an odd number car. क्योंकि उनके लिए परिवेश प्रदूषण जो है वो सेकेंडरी है. पहली है आई हैव टू बी इन कंफर्ट एंड ड्राइव इन माय ओन कार. पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट है, मेट्रो रेल भी है, बहुत सारा बसेस है, ग्रीन लाइन, व्हाइट लाइन, ब्लू लाइन, रेड लाइन, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सो डियर फ्रेंड्स, ये सब है एक्चुअल हमारा जो बेसिक प्रॉब्लम, एटीट्यूड. एंड दिस एटीट्यूड फॉर स्टूडेंट्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो मैंने वहाँ गांव में जब पूछ रहे थे बच्चे, you see the contrast. I go to a Amsang Reserve Forest near Honapur, this near Guwahati, Khanapura cross करने के बाद. I go there, and a child I find in the room, in the audience, is very agitated. He's trying to, I'm speaking, he's trying to raise from his chair and ask a question. I said, "Beta, thoda sa, I'll give you a chance. Let me just finish whatever I am to say." It was something on Indian science, glory of Indian science and so forth. I spoke about C.V. Raman and Jagadish Chandra Bose, starting from that till Dr. Kalam. So ultimately his turn came and he says, "You people have not done any service to society." Point blank he tells me. I said, "Kyun? Why you were saying so?" Well, my grandfather planted a lot of trees which are more than 100 years, 70 years, 80 years. And mercilessly, National Highway Authority cut those trees in the name of road widening, national highway widening. For a moment, you get really nonplussed. What to answer? How to answer him? It's a fact. Hundreds and thousands of trees have been cut from Khanapara to Upper Assam, both sides of the earlier national highway, to make it wider and broader, bigger. तो क्या बोलूं मैं? Suddenly, I remembered another episode. A couple of years back, before this incident, I had been to Silchar. We were a group of engineering professionals to Silchar. They had organized something. Topic was road transport and connectivity of Barak Valley with Assam. They are part of Assam, but they always feel they are not Assam. That sort of a feeling is always there inside. So I told that, "Do you know which class you are studying?" "Well, I'm in class 8. "Well, another class 8 boy, your friend, who encountered me 2 years back in Silchar, he asked me a question, Sir, আপনি আমাকে বলেন, আমরা কখন দিসপুরকে, গৌহাটিকে আমাদের রাজধানী বলে ভাবতে পারবো? আচ্ছা, ভাবার কি আছে? What is there to think? You are part of that রাজধানী? না স্যার। অসমের অন্য লোক ফ্রম ব্রহ্মপুত্র ভ্যালি, ওরা চলে যায় দিসপুরে, নিজের কাজ কর্ম করে চলে আসে, সকালে বিকেলে চলে আসে। আমাদের দুদিন থাকতে হয়, 15 ঘন্টা 20 ঘন্টা বাস জার্নি। And if there is a landslide in Meghalaya, you had it, bus will not travel that night, it will be stayed in Kalain or some other places. তাহলে আপনি কি বলতে পারেন যে আমরা বরাক ভ্যালির যেগুলো আছি, we people staying in Borak Valley, meaning 3 districts, Kachar, Hailakandi and Karimganj, these 3 districts, can you tell us that we are also part of your state? I gave this example to that child in Honapur. I told him that your friend, he also wants like you to be close to us, to the power center, to come to Guwahati and do the job and go back, to meet the people. His parents are always in distress. They have to always shell out extra amount of money to book a hotel, come from a long distance and very uncertain and dangerous journeys at times during monsoon. Don't you have any sympathy for him? This boy was telling. He says, yes, I have. So I said, road widening is a must. If you study later on in college, university, you will understand. If a vehicle plies at a particular speed, uninterrupted, it will burn much less fuel and create much less pollution. Every time you go in a road which is having lots of potholes, hurdles and obstacles, you will always have more and more problems. So somehow I kept that boy satisfied. But I was very sure he was not satisfied. Because cutting a matured old tree and planting 10 trees in lieu of that by highway authority is in the papers. In field, it is not taken place in many places. You have lost the heritage, you have lost the green cover because of road widening. Not everybody is like recently, last year's incidents in Doboka, in Nagaon area, where people in large numbers came to the street and opposed the alignment from Doboka to Difu for a particular road widening, where 6,000 trees were to be cut. They stopped it. Government of India had to listen to that protest. So, when I first made a statement, we live in an era of transition. Infrastructures are being developed, communication networks are being developed. Education system itself is going through a radical change. Now a time has come where arts, science, commerce will be just immaterial. You will have 24 subjects in a basket. From that basket you pick up. In my times, if I say, along with chemical engineering, I want to study history or philosophy, people will tell me he has gone mad. Usko Ranchi bhejo, Tezpur bhejo. Today, the child can do it. You can afford it under National Education Policy 2020, which is now implemented everywhere almost. So, things are becoming easier. Your entry point to a subject or the course, your exit point, there's multiple entry, multiple exit. You carry the credit. There's a credit bank system. You all know about all these things because you are in the profession. I am not. Last 8-9 years, I am more into admin than academics. Therefore, I take these opportunities to come and talk to you. Okay. One more problem. In interior Assam, whenever I travel, I always encounter this problem. Sir, students from Guwahati, Dibrugarh, Jorhat, they get a lot of benefit of the resources available there, academic resources, good institutions, knowledgeable people, good society. We in village have to think about our 2 square meals. How do you say we can be at the top of the education system? I said, don't tell me all these things. At least 21st century has become a great leveler for the world. Great leveler, great democratic process. Whenever this www dot has come, World Wide Web and the information superhighway, and all these courses like open courses, like for engineering we have got NPTEL, for other courses we got MOOCs, massive online open course. So these things have become great leveler today. Silapathar, I remember Silapathar Dhemaji, the children were complaining about these things. I said, no. If you have a good internet connectivity, which I'm sure you have here, because the hotel I'm staying in, Silapathar, has a Wi-Fi in the hotel and I can work in my laptop in the room. So don't tell me that you don't have. You have these facilities, you must take the full advantage. Today, your teacher in the classroom has been replaced by many teachers on the web. You can go through it and you can learn a lot of things which is possible to be learned. But I don't want to say that the open interaction, face-to-face dialogue, and the classroom will be replaced so soon. It will not be replaced. It won't be replaced. Please don't misconstrue what I said. It's not that I said that you can only study in YouTube and all these MOOCs and not come to the classes. No, it's not possible. You have to come to the classes. You have to do the practicals. You have to go to the lab. You have to discuss, debate, thresh out your issues and problems. Therefore, our type of this system, Guru Shishya Parampara, very ancient Indian system, is still valid. Many countries in the West are now saying that India still maintains such a wonderful system where students regularly come to the class and interact with the teachers. Many countries have lost this. So whenever these things come, poverty as a barrier to higher education, backwardness is I always tell a story about a person, Dr. Jitendra Gopal Barpujari. I want to share the story in 2 minutes. When my mother was in school in Jorhat, in a rented house, it's like a straight open barrack. Half the barrack, one family was the Barpujaris, other family is my mother's family. My grandfather was working in Roroya Airport, Air Force in Jorhat. This man, Jiten Barpujari, was the eldest of a family of 7 children. Father had a small printing press, which somehow caught fire one day, and they came to the streets. Literally, they had to beg for 2 square meals. Barpujari's sisters didn't go to school one day. They were very brilliant students. Teacher asked them, why didn't you attend the school yesterday? Well, it was raining and the school dress we washed day before yesterday, it didn't dry up. So they had no second uniform also. There was a big drawing room. These are stories told by himself to me, the man I'm talking about, and my mom. There used to be, something called pati. It's a cot, woven cot, and made of like a bat, cane. And people used to put it on the bed when it's very hot. It resists the transmission of heat. In Silchar area, they call Shital Pati. Very famous. So he used to make a ghera like this of that pati. Inside that, Barpujari was studying for matriculation, class 10th examination inside that, because outside that particular pati in the corner of the room, people were sitting and gossiping and talking, and he can't stop that. He had 6 brothers and sisters below him, plus parents. Guests used to come sometimes to talk. So not to disturb, he put some cotton buds in his ears, and in that ghera he studied. In 1958, HSLC examination, he broke all existing record of Assam and stood first with distinction in all the subjects. He was sitting at home. Assam governor, he asked his staff, who stood first? Like this. Oh, they're very poor people. They're practically living on people's alms. Bhiksha. Father died after some time of stroke, depression. 7 children studying together in schools. And mom. He said, you bring him to Guwahati. He was thinking that by some means, taking loan, he will study in JB College. You know JB College, Jorhat? So he was thinking of that. He said, no, he must come to Cotton College. Jitendra Barpujari came to Cotton College in 1958. In 1959, 1 year ISC, again he stood first in Assam. Then Vishnuram Medhi, he was the governor of Madras, now you call Tamil Nadu. He said that we must help this boy to fulfill his desire and dreams. Jiten, what do you want to do? Do you want to study here? Well, I have no option. I have to study with some scholarship in Guwahati. No. I will sponsor your study. You go to Delhi School of Economics. He went to Delhi School of Economics. There he stood first. He never became second in his life. Then, automatically, he got a fellowship to study in London School of Economics. From DSc to LSc. After his passing out there, for some time he was doing some internships. And then World Bank, they trapped him. This man retired as the chief economist of the World Bank. And he used to visit, he was the first choice for any American president at that time. I had the privilege of meeting, we call him Mama, now he's not there, he died. Jitu Mama, we met him in Delhi when Bill Clinton came for the first time to Delhi. In his delegation, Jitu Mama came. All international level politics, economic affairs was always first approved by this man from that interior village of Jorhat, and then the American president used to accept it. This example I give to those places, those students who think that poverty can be some hindrance. If you have a focus, you will definitely make it. This is Jitendra Gopal Barpujari, who passed away a few years back. He was in Washington. His wife still continues to be in Washington with a daughter. Second story is, when I entered the hall, when your Vice Chancellor took me to his chamber for a cup of tea now, today, in that gallery of photographs I saw Dr. Deepak Jain. Another remarkable person. Some people think, in this hall also you must be thinking, have I done the right choice? Is the subject chosen by me the right subject? If I want to shift somewhere, if after 1 year or 2 years I'm not happy, what to do? I'll tell you Deepak Jain's story. Again, not so poor like Barpujari's. Deepak Jain's father came from Rohtak in Haryana for a small job in the Salonibari airport near Tezpur Air Force. Indian Airlines was operating at that time. Then suddenly they decided that is not economic sector, viable sector. No passengers, Tezpur, Delhi, Tezpur, Calcutta. Stop it. Father, kya karega? Pramod, Deepak, Ravi, Atul, baby. 1 daughter, 4 sons. My family, these are my, Barpujari family is my family. Deepak Jain family is my family. Why I am so blessed? Not because I have done something great in life, because of these people's blessings on my life. कहाँ पढ़ा था? Don Bosco जाने के लिए पैसा नहीं है. Tezpur Don Bosco charges high fees, so he went to Rashtrabhasha school in Tezpur, Hindi medium school. Then he, 1974, he got a first division, and someone took notice at the time, first division, 70% was very high score. So some Lions Club or Rotary Club, they says कि इसको थोड़ा पढ़ाना देखना है. But that पढ़ाना देखना, the amount of scholarship was not adequate for Deepak to come to Cotton College and fight with the best brains in Assam. Dear students, let me tell you, in our times, Cotton College was the amalgamation of Assam. Best of the brains from Hodia to Dhuburi used to come to Cotton College to fight against each other and assess how much I know, how much I don't know. Deepak could not come. He went to Dorong College. Form fill up ho raha tha. Suddenly he ticked in statistics, 4th subject. Teacher ne bola, what is this? You are doing statistics? Did you have a statistical background in the matriculation? No, sir. Did you have advanced maths? No, sir. Rashtrabhasha medium school, Hindi medium school, they don't have advanced but additional maths. General maths. Oh, no. This frequency is required. Frequency analysis, set theory, advanced calculus. How would you cope up? Sir, give me a chance. No. This is not a matter of chance. Our college, you see, Dorang College is the second oldest college in Assam after JB College, Jorhat. We have a prestige. You take biology, physics. No, biology, I won't study biology. I don't want biology. I will study this statistics. Arrogant. Then the admission committee says, "ठीक है, let us try." Sir, I will try 6 months. 2-year course, I'll try 6 months. In 6 months, if I cannot cope up with statistics, I'll come back to something else. Okay, done. Approve कर दिया उसको. He got highest mark in statistics in Assam after 2 years. The subject which he took first time, impulsively, and the teachers said, you cannot do it. Then there was, of course, no change. ठीक है ना? BSc statistics किया. He broke the existing record of Guwahati University. Then he came to MSc studies when I came in touch with him. I was in class 9. When Deepak used to come to our neighbor's place, his professor's house, statistics professor's house. So one day, generally, I was there. Hello, what is your name? I said, Arup. घर का नाम क्या बोलो क्या अरूप अरूप बोलते हो बोले दीपू हाँ I will call you Deepu. I have seen you always. You cycle and keep around traveling in the कौन घर में है बोले मम्मी है बहन है. Papa was there. He was a professor of the university. He passed away long back. चलो तुम्हारा घर में बैठते हैं. So he Deepak came to our house. Ma offered tea to him and me. We had tea together. Then Ma told कि after class 9 this boy has stopped studying. He knows that whatever he will do little bit, he will keep on passing in first division, but he has no ambition, no seriousness in life about me. Then he says कि by the way, if you don't mind, sometime I will come and see. I'll see what is his strength, what is his potential. I'll see. Class 9th went, I didn't do very good. From Cotton Collegiate School in Panbazar. In my times, going to English medium school was not a fashion. Going to Assamese medium school is a fashion. Principal of our collegiate school used to say, who doesn't come to my school? From VC to DC, everyone's son come to this school. We used to get almost 5 to 6 positions out of 10 in metric HSLC exam. Assam, nobody was near us. 1835 established. Can you imagine? We are going to have 190 years next year. So Deepak looked at my general maths, additional maths in class 10th, and he gave me a shape. Then he says, ki, I'm too busy nowadays, I cannot come to your place every evening. You start coming to my hostel room. Last hostel of Guwahati University campus, ekdam Hat Mile, Lankeshwar Road, near Lankeshwar. Hostel 87, Assam type hostel 7. Why 7? Because Shuddha Shakahari food, Digambar Jain, Shuddha Shakahari khana chahiye. No kitir-pitir with mas, mangso, koni. And our house also, his sacred place. In my mother's kitchen, even today, no non-veg is cooked. Pure vegetarian. So Deepak used to come to my place, have food without any hesitation. Morning 5 o'clock, in shivering winter, December, January, sweater, then jacket, then topi, with bicycle, me and 2 of my friends, we 3 used to go to Deepak's hostel. 5 means 5. From 5 to 6, he will give us some tuition. 6 o'clock, we'll come out. Some other students will come from the university level. His own friends whom he used to study, like tutor. Like that, we did. We passed with flying colors. Deepak Jain passed MSc. Authority of the university thought how to keep this brilliant boy with us in the campus. There is no job in statistics department. And there was no opportunity also for next couple of years that there will be a vacancy. क्या करेंगे? He needs money. My classmate Atul, सबसे छोटा भाई, then baby, they are studying in some Durham college or somewhere. They need money, they need some support. Papa is totally helpless. Zero. Deepak joined Nagaon Girls College in Nagaon for 6 months. After 6 months, he got a phone call from Professor J.P. Medhi. Jyoti Medhi, the pioneer of statistical studies in Assam. Deepak, tumi gusi aayi, you come back to Guwahati University. We have found some way. In MBA department, which was just open, Master of Business Administration, we didn't know what is this. We know commerce, we don't know what is MBA. It was just opened. There are some courses where time series, where statistical methods, PERT, CPM, all these things are required to be taught. So Deepak Jain was brought as a lecturer in the MBA department in Guwahati University. Assam agitation took a very ugly turn in 83. Thousands of people were killed in Neli near Jagi Road. One night massacre. Gohpur near Tejpur was also similar. Mercilessly people were killed. He came to our house. I had an India Today magazine in my table. He took it and he asked me, Deepu, who is responsible for this? A photograph showing series and series, lines and lines of small children being beheaded or cut and lost their lives. इनका कसूर क्या है? ये हिंदू है, ये मुसलमान है, बोडो है, राभा है, मिसिंग है, क्या है? ये ईश्वर का दान है. Children, Deepu, I don't want to stay here. I want to go. Well, up to you. No. I have lost faith. I have to go somewhere. At that time in 84, this is 83, Nelly massacre. 84, there was one professor in Texas, Dallas University, USA, who said, I have read some of your articles and papers. Mr. Jain, if you want to study, you can come here. But you have to appear for the test and study again for your masters. He says, no, I have done my masters. I cannot again join the masters. No, you have to shift from statistics to MBA. So he went there. International students in American universities, when they join MBA, they take 3-4 courses per semester. He took 6 semesters in that semester. Kahan rahenge? With the small amount of money he saved in Guwahati University, kahan rahenge? Where to stay? It's a fashion in USA. If you are close to the institute, rent is very high. The more you go away from the institute to downtown, not like other areas, remote areas, rent comes down. So he used to stay there. Kya khayenge? Khali padhna hai usko. He has to fulfill his dreams. Then he used to ask his classmates in Texas that if you need any support in your mathematical portion, I can help you. I think you are good in management things, fine, marketing ideas you've got, but you have to teach me. I'll teach you this. After classes, he used to sit with some fellow students and teach them statistics and mathematics. Condition kya tha? See how, like this serendipity, problem solving. He says, make a routine, Monday to Saturday, one of you who has got a vehicle, car, will pick me up from my home and drop me back. And one of you will buy me some lunch in the canteen. That is how Deepak Jain survived for 2 years, which no one knows, I know. He never spoke in the interview also. Today also he cannot start a computer. His daughter or son helps him in starting the computer. एक बार start करे तो he will work. Mobile phone hardly use करता है. गाड़ी नहीं चला सकता. He cannot ride a car. Since 84 he is in USA. In 2001, breaking the entire monopoly of Harvard Business School and Chicago Business School and all these places, Kellogg School of Management under Northwestern University, Evanston, Illinois. It's the twin city of Chicago. He broke all the records, and as dean of that school, he became #1 in the world. He beat all Yale, Harvard, Chicago, all business schools. He beat in the ranking, not one ranking, 2 different rankings. 2003, I stayed for 4 days in his house in Evanston. His wife just told me she is from Missouri. भाई साहब आप कौन हैं मुझे मालूम नहीं है. इनका तो बहुत हजार फ्रेंड्स है, स्टूडेंट्स है पूरा इंडिया में, लेकिन आज तक अपना पापा मम्मी भी जब आए हैं इंडिया से, वो ओहेयर एयरपोर्ट शिकागो में किसी को रिसीव करने नहीं गया. 9 साल शादी के बाद पहली बार देख रहा हूँ कि किसी को वो लाने के लिए गया है. और भाभी आप नहीं समझोगे, दीपक और मेरा क्या रिलेशन है, क्या इमोशनल बॉन्डिंग है, सुख में, दुख में, शांति में, क्राइसिस में, in Guwahati, that you will not understand. 6-7 years relationship. That is Deepak Jain, who always tried to solve problem with very innovative thinking. Therefore, dear friends, poverty, backwardness, is not a problem. Problem lies within you and me. If we know how to overcome these problems, there is always ways and means. Today, at least in India, I can tell you very confidently, no child is left behind, no student is left behind because the parents cannot pay for the tuition fees. ऐसा कोई माहौल है ही नहीं, इतना ज़्यादा schemes, इतना ज़्यादा. In our times, maybe there were some problems, but now today there is no problem. And you can see this man, from general maths to statistics to management, and Philip Kotler, who was in our times the guru of marketing management, he himself said, it is in some book written there already, you can see, quote, Google search करके देखिए, Philip Kotler बोला, I am no longer the marketing guru of this world, it is Deepak Jain who is the modern marketing guru. When I went to his place, 2003, May, he was teaching in 19 universities of the world. When I was sitting with him for dinner in his dining table, the king of Thailand called him up for some meeting with him. When I was sitting there, then your Microsoft boss called him up and says, Deepak, we have an interview, you must come. I'll send a special flight for you to Chicago. The family which struggled for 2 square meals and decent livelihood, the family which could not send their children to English medium school because of high fees, went to Rashtrabhasha school. Rashtrabhasha school, Tezpur, now you go and see. Every year he is giving $1 million for the infrastructure development. BBC, Voice of America reporters ask him, Dean Deepak, you have made your college, your institution #1 in the world, but we have heard you can't even drive a car. What is your reply? He says, my wife is a fantastic driver, and I never stay away from where I work. I always take, with extra rental, I stay where I can walk down to my work. There is no need of car. So like that, he worked. So there are people who are directly, indirectly having a lot of implications, a lot of influences in our life. I just told you about Professor Yashpal, Dr. Kalam, Dr. Narendra Sehgal. Maybe in Guwahati also we have some people who, without my knowledge, without my consciousness, have crept into our habit, our behavior, our attitude. So dear students, I can definitely feel, I definitely can feel your condition. When I came to your level at your age, we are having a lot of diverse thoughts. What to do? Have I done the right thing? Is it the correct choice? It could have been better. Don't think about this. Whatever you have right now, finish it. David Gogoi was taught in Assam Engineering College to become a top-class civil engineer. Today he is making Assam's #1 brick with fly ash and normal. He doesn't take too much of soil because it is taking soil from the field to make brick is anti-environment. You dig the soil, it's anti-environment. He is making mostly from fly ash coming out of the thermal power station in Salakati, Bongaigaon. Parikshit Bhattacharya was not trained in Assam Engineering College, my student, to become a chain, momo seller. You have heard the name Fat Belly? Have you? Fat Belly is owned by Parikshit Bhattacharya, who was General Secretary of Students Union of Assam Engineering College. He was in a very plum job in Sesak, Goa, under a very big Indian chain called Vedanta. Big name. You talk about copper, nickel, zinc, aluminium extraction. He is the man who actually did it. Anil Agarwal, Vedanta group of companies. One fine day he came out and he come to my house in Kharguli. Parikshit, what is the matter? Sir, I resigned the job. What will you do? I want to make some innovations in Momo. I said, oh, you are trying to become the Bombay Central samosa seller. Only by selling samosa, that to a fixed number, daily 200, 300, 400, that much only he will make his wife. Today he has got some 250 acres of agricultural land in Pune area, one flat in Mumbai, and lots of deposits. Last 35 years he has been selling samosa. I'm not telling that you should go leave this university and sell momos and samosas. I'm saying that if you are driven by a passion, you can do it. I'm taking the example of it. These guys are not destined. When our chief minister goes to some places, he will always tell these names of David Gogoi, 2018 graduate. Only 6 years back he passed engineering. Starting from a few thousand, today he is selling lakhs of bricks made of fly ash and conventional materials every day. So you can always chase your dreams, you can always succeed, provided basics are in place. Positive attitude, right thinking, 3 C's, cooperation, collaboration, coordination. I must coordinate with all of my peers, my teachers and everybody in proper fashion. If I am not able to do work alone, this Dr. Kalam always says, Indian scientists are brilliant. When they come in a group, they fail. Very brilliant Indian scientists, but in a group, ego comes first. Tu me me. So, this collaboration, cooperation, coordination mantra, you can take, there is no doubt about it. Education system is the pivot of any civilization, of any nation, society. Nelson Mandela rightly said, you don't need missiles and ammunition to destroy a country. You destroy their education system, country will itself die after some time. Right? So, I do not know. I think time is just enough. It is enough for this thing. I'm looking at a more fruitful or more focused discussion sometime if your management, university management that you want me to do. I speak on sustainable development goals. I speak on sustainable development and similar type of things, issues. Today it is not the occasion. It's like general discussion here. And I want to see your faces and I want to see the enthusiasm. And I can only hope that this batch of 2024 PG students will really make remarkable achievements in life, not just their own lives, but also lives of their family, of the society in general. Without community involvement, participation, you cannot succeed. Whatever you do, you cannot succeed without community participation and societal contribution. A 13-year-old girl has today given the largest movement against climate change in the world. You must have heard about Greta Thunberg. She has started a Friday movement. 2019, when I went to Germany, Berlin, I saw in Friday, a lot of German students in the street. I said, what are you doing? You have no classes? No, sir, we have classes, but it's a leisure period. We are coming outside to just be in touch with her. We have not seen her. She is from Sweden. We stay in Germany, but throughout the European nations, everywhere, on Friday, to show our solidarity with Greta, we come out and we do something like this. I said, what is your net result? Every day you come here and every Friday you come here. Sir, definitely German parliament and our chancellor has taken cognizance of these protests. We are trying to make some bills. You will find much less vehicles on the road now. Much less vehicles. If it is 10 kilometers, within 10 kilometers, your workplace and studies, everybody uses bicycle. And in the whole world, 210 nations, Germany created the first village which doesn't use a single unit of electricity from fossil fuel. It's a village called Feldheim. I had the opportunity to stay there for one day. Every unit of power comes from solar or wind or geothermal. First green village in the world, already approved by Guinness Book of World Records and the United Nations. So dear friends, we have got a lot of things to do. I'll stop talking here. A lot of things to do, and don't be repentant on your discipline. I've been told by Honorable Vice Chancellor that 135 type of courses are run in this university, which is probably a record in the country maybe. I do not know. Maybe it's one of the top in the country in terms of variety of studies and people coming not only from Northeast but outside Northeast also to join here different courses. These are very positive signs. Dr. Pansari is a very close friend of mine. We both sit together in the court of ASTU, Assam Science Technology University. We meet every now and then. So I'm very much aware about the growth of this university, but when I look at your eyes and your makeup, physical body language, I think that this university has to go a long way, very high leap it will take at some point of time and become the best in the country. So let me stop here today. And definitely I assure you, since I am in Guwahati and I can always find out some time, specifically we can discuss on certain issues, certain topics. In the past I have come here. Royal Global School, I have attended twice there, some lecture programs. Even in this auditorium I have spoken earlier. But this time it's a different thing, Deeksharambh, which is a general type of, interaction with some people. I'm definitely not one of those great experts who have come here or will come here. But whatever I speak from my heart. Nothing is from the books or the pages. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.